Hello world, it is April 14th, 2022. This is a flag of the world we're going to be taking with us to the climate change protest in Washington, D.C. on April 22nd. And I have several others to give out to people as we're at the protest, and kids especially. It is springtime here, and the flowers are blooming, and the trees are starting slowly to gain their leaves. So, this is Climate Change Talk number 228, and I said it is April 14th, 2023, and next week will be number 229. I'll try to do that on Friday, if not before, and then we'll probably do a live broadcast, Tanya and myself, down from Washington, D.C. Either we'll do it live or record it. Sometimes the signals don't go through when they're near the White House, so I don't know if it's jamming or what, but they're kind of iffy. So we're better off making a recording and then send it through the internet later. So as I said, this is number 228 broadcast. So this is our last best chance, April 22nd, 21st and 22nd. In London, they're going to have a protest and several days of it called the Big One. And I think it's over 3-4 days they're going to have protests there in London starting on the Friday. And this is our last best chance to affect climate change policy and everything. The reason behind that is I don't know of any other new protests coming up at that point. Earth Day is the perfect day to do the protest. You know, it's great, people wanting around here to clean garbage up and read books and play music and stuff, but at this point we need to affect policy by the politicians and change the course of our lives. Cleaning up garbage was great back in 1970 because there's garbage everywhere. The Cuyahoga River was catching on fire in Cleveland, and bad things were happening around the whole environmental issue and everything. So cleaning up was definitely an issue. We're beyond that now. Okay, the things we need to clean up are the politicians' minds and change their mindsets about things and change our minds about how we need to get off fossil fuels and have a life maybe less comfortable than what we have right now in the Western Hemisphere, but in the global North. But we need to change our ways, and the only way to do that is to force the politicians, and I mean absolutely force them to change their ways. They're doing new drilling projects, both here in the United States, Democrats and Republicans, horrendous drilling projects. They shouldn't be doing any new drilling at all. There's more than enough oil to go around to take us to the very end of our lives, and which will coming very shortly if we continue on this process. Carbon dioxide is its highest level ever. Right now it's at 223.23 parts per million. Only 180 was the safe. No, that's not right. There's 423 parts per million, not 223. So 280 parts per million is the only safe zone, and we're so far above 280 right now. We're at 423, not 223, 423. So it's running out of control, and people are saying, "Oh, we're doing more and more," but yeah, we might be doing more and more, but it's increasing at an increasing rate as far as carbon dioxide going into the atmosphere, and it's not a good thing. And I talked about that in previous broadcasts. This is number 228. I've talked about in the other 227 broadcasts. So this idea behind protesting down in Washington, D.C. is to defend the defenseless. Whether it's your family, friends, people don't know what's happening. I try to inform them, Tanya tries to inform what's happening, but basically there's no conversation. And I imagine you all are having the same issue as well. But not only friends and family, but also the children, whether your children are 30 years old or 5 years old or not even born yet, it's defending the children and also future generations. We're heading in a bad direction right now, and it's not going to end well. Today it's going to be, and I know this is called weather, but today, for example, in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, normal high is about 62 degrees, 60 degrees. It's going to be 86 today. Okay, it's going to be broiling hot. This is an example of things going on. Fort Lauderdale in Florida just had 25 inches of rain in 24 hours. That's crazy. That's almost 3/4 of a meter of, is it 3/4 of 25 inches? That's 30 inches. Yeah, I mean, that's 3/4 of a meter of rain in 24 hours. So it's nuts as to what's happening. And we're having the tornadoes down south. We're having all sorts of actions happening in the United States. And this is a catastrophic situation. This climate change issue has devolved into a catastrophic issue. And it is about climate change, but it's ending up in catastrophe. And I had this chart out, the the climate change, the International Climate Change Table of Catastrophe, and I've had it on the broadcast a couple times, and I can put it up again if people want it. But it basically says that for every degree increase, or tenth of a degree increase in heating, that we're going to have a doubling effect in catastrophes, and it's pretty well holding true. So anyways, the protest is next week, Washington, D.C. This is it. Either we make progress and come together as a mass group to save our lives and have a livable future, or we give up and, worse yet, never even try. It's great cleaning up trash, but right now we need protests. And if you can't do a protest, you all have the ability on social media to do broadcasts. Put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, wherever you need to put it. But put out your thoughts about climate change and inaction, and how much you love the planet, and how much you care about future generations, and why we need to vote responsibly and no longer vote blue check liberal, red check right wing, whatever, and actually vote for people that actually will take action on climate change. Quit worrying about winning and focus on surviving. Okay, this idea of this party's the best or that party's the best, no, they're all evil right now, and they need to change from within. And you people listening from your various parties need to try to change your party quickly and severely and get on this climate change action. So personally, I could not live with myself if I didn't take any action like this. That's the purpose behind my whole 228 of these broadcasts now. And I've been doing postings for climate change for 10 years, since 2013. Great cost, friends, families, whatever, because they don't understand my motivation. And it's not a hostile one. It's coming out of a place of love, trying to get people to focus on changing things. And, whether you're blunt or you do it nice and huggy pants all around, try to make people change, you got to do something, okay? And we don't have time. It's not this incremental thing anymore that I keep hearing from people. Oh, we got to slowly change the political system. No, you need to change immediately. This is how dire the situation is. 86 degrees in April. I mean, how much, if we go up 10 more degrees, it becomes life-threatening. And this is April. We haven't gone through May, June, July, or August, or even September. It's 5 months of hell coming our way. And I'm really petrified as to what's going to happen this summer. So I'll see you in D.C., Washington, D.C., a week from now on April 22nd. I have postings as to where it's happening, when it's happening. London has something, Boston has something. If your town like Buffalo, they're having a fair and things like that, and the cleanup thing. Great idea, wrong action this time. Okay, they need some actual protesting going on, telling the politicians how bad things are going, and they want immediate change. Otherwise, we're going to vote you out of office. You're not going to get my vote anymore. You don't deserve my vote if you're going to continue on this path. Stop being dogmatic with your parties, one party or the other. That's why we're in trouble in the United States. We only have two parties, and there's third party doesn't exist. For example, in Pennsylvania, the Democrats got the Green Party thrown off in the 2000 election from the presidential ballot. What kind of democracy is that? What it forced us to do is write in someone else, and we didn't have a Green Party on the ballot at all, which is ridiculous, not allowing people to voice their opinion. So number 228 is on Friday, hopefully the 21st, and by then Extinction Rebellion will be online. It's called The Big One. Look that up, see what their actions are happening on the 21st, next Friday. Should be quite something. It's on YouTube. And we'll be reporting live from Washington, D.C. If not that, then I'll be doing broadcasts and recording it, and we'll get ourselves on the internet then as to what happened or what didn't happen. I'm very concerned that a few people will turn up in Washington, D.C. I see no movement here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania concerning that. They turned out for the pink hat movement or whatever it was, about Donald Trump and grabbing certain parts of a woman's anatomy. They turned out for Black Lives Matter, but this encompasses everything. It encompasses women, encompasses minority groups. It's everything. Climate change is going to involve all of us, and we're going to suffer greatly if we don't take action immediately and get on our politicians' cases. We can't wait 2 months, 5 months, 10 months from now. We need to be active right now. So I'll see you then, okay? Next week, Washington, D.C., Friday broadcast.